Hello, friends, and welcome back to Stories About Entitled People. Karen should have been permanently banned the first time she left in handcuffs. I don't understand why stores like these don't take stronger measures the first time a person does something like this. But before we begin, best way to support our channel is to leave comments, like, and subscribe with the turned-on bell so you don't miss the new video every single day. Here we go. I left my job, then almost got arrested. I never really used Reddit, but recently remembered I had a little story that could be told. Cast. Karen is K, former boss is B, me is me. Backstory. When I was younger, I had a job at a small market in our city's central. Usually you can work from age 15 to 17, but as soon as you turn 18, you'll most likely get fired. Once you turn 18, your salary increases a lot. This is important for later. For the past 2 years, I worked at the same shop, sitting in the desk. But since I was nearing age 18, I knew I couldn't stay. This meant I knew I was about to get fired, and sure enough, a week before I turned 18, I was told I was fired. I told B I knew why, and it was understandable, since the small shop needed to save as much money as possible, since the income and profit was already low for being a local city market and not some big shopping center. I got a bonus for being fired and decided to keep the bonus to use on something special. One day, weeks later, I see that the same shop just got home some extremely expensive and unique food products imported from around the world, and out of pure curiosity, I went there to buy some myself. I arrived to a really busy shop, having many customers waiting to buy all these special beers, sausages, and so on, but I'd set my eyes on this one thing: American candy. I live in the EU, and American candy isn't really being sold so much in my country, so I was drooling from the thought of getting to try some of these big products I hear about on the internet. I went to take some of the candy and put it in my basket, and here comes Karen. K. K was one of the greedy customers we had. When I still worked there, whenever there was a discount or something special, she just took as much as she could, not letting other customers buy some. It got so bad that we needed to put each customer may only purchase X amount of this product signs on some of our specialty products. Kay then goes up to me and says, "Kay, are you packing these away already?" Me, haha, no, I was picking these for myself. Kay, but you're still working. You can purchase some when you were free from work. Me, sorry, but I don't work here anymore, Kay. Kay, yes you do. I saw you some weeks ago in the counter. Me, I recently got fired since I turned 18. K. Yeah, that's good with you. Don't lie, or I'll call your boss and get you in serious trouble for stealing the products that are meant for the customers. Me. You can call him. It's not a joke. I really got fired since I'm turning 18. K then began screaming about how I was being disrespectful and how I shouldn't be working in the store anymore, how I was stealing and packing away special products from the customers so they couldn't buy any. I was getting pretty pissed at Kay since me and B already knew that she was a sour, bitter old woman, but she always kept telling me she was a good, loyal, paying customer. I always wanted to say screw it and say something whenever she went hoarder mode and bought all the specialty products. I told Kay to call my former boss and ask him if I still worked here. Out of nowhere, greedy Karen starts to take the things out of my basket where I had my products, saying, "These don't belong to you." Where I then screamed at her for being so entitled and disrespectful, saying that she was the whole issue since I already admitted that I didn't work there. I then stopped screaming in her face to where I then saw 2 police officers walk down the hall towards me and Kay. I got so pale because it looked really bad since I was just done screaming my face off at Kay's face. The police officer then holds up his one hand to grab my attention, where I just stare at him directly into the eyes, to where Kay then decides to slap me in the face, making me drop the basket I was holding in my hands. It didn't really hurt, it just took me by surprise. The 2 police officers then went from walking and holding eye contact with me to running at us looking at Kay. They handcuffed Kay and called B, confirming with the camera, which has sound, that Kay was being a jerk and that I told Kay that I didn't work at the store anymore. The officers told me they had a call from one of the bypassing customers, which they got worried because they heard stealing being yelled in the store and Kay causing a tantrum. I left with my American candy that day and an apology from B, saying they should have done something about her before this happened. Apparently, this wasn't the first time Kay left the store in cuffs. For info, the candy was Hershey's, Hershey's Cookies and Cream, Reese's Cups, Nerds, and toxic waste candy products. It's incredible how entitled and delusional some people can be. Karen's behavior was absolutely over the top, and it's unfortunate that you had to go through such an ordeal. And our second story. Sure, I'll do my job. So I've worked at a large manufacturing plant for the past 5 years, and this year we're shutting down. Like tear it to the ground shutting it down. I have truly loved this job and have worked for the best boss one could ask for. It's a great job with great pay. I work in the group that, in part, is responsible for regulatory compliance. On a day-to-day basis, we have a lot of responsibilities that ensure the plant runs smooth and complies with environmental laws. This means that my group is needed until the very end, so we have all been given roll-off dates 9 months from now. If we stay till the end, we get a nice severance package. Definitely worth sticking around for. My boss, however, has been deemed non-essential, so they were let go a month ago. The majority of my duties were in future planning and plant improvements. With the plant shutting down, 99% of my projects have or will be canceled. My group's needed, but I'm most certainly not needed. I like to work hard and pride myself in the quality and effectiveness of the projects I complete. I don't like to just sit around. My days have ground to a halt, and I am incredibly bored. While my previous boss was universally loved, the new boss is the complete opposite. He's one of those good old boys who always has the right answer and hates to be questioned. To be fair, he's probably in over his head. Couple weeks after my old boss was let go, I go talk to my new boss. Me. Hey boss, got a minute? New boss. Yeah, but make it quick. Me. I've been thinking, since most of my work was in future planning and development, I was wondering if we could talk to HR about moving my roll-off date closer. So I could still get the severance? New boss. You're part of the regulatory group, right? You're needed till the end. Me. Yes, but my job. New boss. You're part of the regulatory group. Just do your job. I even went to talk to HR, but they will not okay anything without the new boss's approval. So now I'm just doing my job. This consists of taking out the trash. That's it. Granted, it's hazardous material, but anyone could do it. It takes 30 minutes a day. So I've signed up for some online classes and learning to speak another language and getting in some backlogged video games. Edit. I did also offer to help out at other departments or cross-train in another area to fill in if someone leaves. I'm spending some time cross-training just to learn the business. Edit 2. Here's what my plan is. I'm going to apply for dream job type jobs, and if something comes along that will offset the severance, I'm going to jump ship. While applying to those, I'm taking courses in Visual Basic and SQL and get my certification in GLP and GMP, which are very applicable to what I do. My group has started a mini library where we're all bringing in books we've read and liked so we can share. I have a couple of video games to play, but I can't install anything on my work PC, so I'm playing off my phone and tablet. There's still people around who are somewhat busy, so I can do anything that's too obvious that I'm effing around, i.e. no learning to play an instrument or multiplayer online games. I'm looking into HDMI switch so I can bring my PS4 to work or maybe use an external HD to play games. I'm looking into forming a text-based D&D 5e group to pass the time as well. We're all reviewing each other's resumes to make sure we're all set up well for the next job. The language I'm learning is Japanese. I bought supplies to start knitting and am going to make Jane hats for friends. I'm also looking into picking up lockpicking. The company's already off-rolled 50% of the people, and every one of them has been paid their severance plus their bonus for 2023, so it looks like they're on the up and up. It's clear that the transition from a beloved boss to a less than ideal one can really shake things up. And facing a shutdown after 5 years on the job? That's a tough pill to swallow. Have you ever been in a similar situation at work? Let me know in the comments below. And our last story. HOA is attempting to use adverse possession to take part of my property. I live in Kansas and own a home within an HOA. Including myself, approximately 15% of homeowners within the HOA have the back of their property abutting a busy street. All of the homeowners have fenced-in backyards, but their actual property line extends well past their fence until it reaches a city sidewalk. Beyond the sidewalk is a 6 to 8 foot strip of grass and then the street. Our HOA governing documents require that we have a gate in our backyard fence to allow the owner to mow and maintain the lot on both sides of said fence. A primary goal of the HOA is to maintain a clean and uniform appearance, meaning that a portion of everyone's HOA dues goes toward mowing, landscaping, and maintaining the land that sits between the fence and the street. Recently, the HOA is exploring the use of adverse possession to take ownership of the property that sits beyond my and others' fences, claiming that they have been the sole occupiers and maintainers for this land. I've only lived in the HOA for 5 years, and during this time, they continuously mowed the property, cut down dead trees, and planted new ones. Speaking with neighbors who've lived in the area much longer, it's likely they've continuously maintained the land for 10 or even 15 years. Outside the trimming dead branches off the trees, I've not maintained the portion of my property that extends past the fence. During the winter, I and other homeowners will shovel the sidewalk behind the fence as required by city ordinances. Update. So I gathered up my neighbors. We were all fed up with the HOA folks trying to snatch our properties away. We decided enough is enough. So we held a little neighborhood powwow, discussed the whole situation, and put it to a vote. Guess what? We didn't just vote against the HOA people, we straight up voted ourselves into the game. It was like, see you later to those property snatching plans. Now we're in charge making decisions that actually make sense for our community. It's a win for the neighborhood, and we're feeling pretty darn proud of ourselves for taking a stand. You and your neighborhood crew are the unsung heroes in this tale. Overall, it's a feel-good victory with a dash of rebellion. Your neighborhood is the hero Gotham deserves. Hey guys, thank you all for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one.